Appalachian State, and how was it like, and what was your experience there?
Well, first of all, when I first went there, didn't have no idea of the weather and everything.
Okay.
Uh, Actually, I went up there in 1980.
Okay.
Uh, Ran track. I think every day I called home and said, "Mom, I think I made the wrong mistake." She said, "Why you say that?" I said, "First of all, it's cold,
Mm-hmm.
it's snowing,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't that many blacks up there."
Mm. Okay.
Actually, our class that went up there in 1980 was probably it was the largest class at that particular time that actually went to Appalachia.
Wow.
So from there, just you know, but what I did and what made me feel that particular way,
Mm-hmm.
I went up there thinking I was still in Charlotte.
Gotcha.
So I didn't go up there with the big jackets, the big coats, and
Mm-hmm.
all that.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, I called him, Mom, thinking I want to transfer. Nah, that's who paying your way to school.
Right.
You're gonna stay there. And after after a year or so
Mm-hmm.
being there,
Mm-hmm.
getting adapted to the weather and
Mm-hmm.
everything, the following year was all right.
Okay.
It was okay.
Okay.
But just that the mindset of being up there, being so cold,
Mm-hmm.
school,
Mm-hmm.
out, uh, what, snow up to your knees,
Mm-hmm.
wind blowing,
Mm-hmm.
hair in your nose, ice,
Right.
wiped up, and all that. It was, just being in that element. But like I
Right.
said, after that, it was pretty good.
Oh, awesome. So you went to Appalachian, you finished there. Now you're out of college.
Yeah.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go after that?
Well, out of college,
Mm.
I also, while I was in college,
Mm.
I was in ROTC.
Okay.
So I got
Okay.
commissioned.
Okay.
So with that, I went to Fort Benning, Fort Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Went to jump school.
Okay.
So I was able to jump out planes,
Right.
live the military life a little bit.
Okay.
And after that, kind of came home, uh, settled down a little bit, got into insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, this business. I always been an entrepreneur. I always had a side little hustle too.
Okay.
So did some little T-shirts, printing and all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Had a little business, had a cleaning business and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So did multiple things,
Mm-hmm.
but my main job at that particular time was insurance, selling insurance.
Okay.
So that was pretty much it.
So I'm thinking about it. So back then, at that time or whatever, you selling insurance and doing that, you probably had to go with door to door, or
Door
you
to
were
door.
calling door to door.
Yeah,
Yep. I'm thinking
yeah,
at the time.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And what areas were you selling insurance in?
Well, I had two high rises. I had
Mhm.
in fact, the funny thing about it, they was owned by housing authority.
Okay.
Uh, and it was more those two high rises downtown. I don't know if they're still there or not,
Mm-hmm.
but they are still there, but they kind of redid them and everything.
Okay.
But there, and then also I went up there near Nova Scotia
Okay.
in Concord.
Okay.
I had a door-to-door route. I should knock on the door.
Right.
Insurance man here. I hear him. I'm knocking on the door.
Right.
Mama, insurance man, tell him I ain't here. He ain't here. I'm just hearing him. So that was the funny thing about being in insurance, especially having the route.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
at that particular time, a lot of our people didn't have big insurance policies.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So you collecting $2, $5,
Mhm.
$15. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Not much.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, going there, collecting it, and then after being there over a year or so,
Mm-hmm.
now you're not gonna do. Insurance man here, tell him, come on, your plate ready. Come on, sit down and eat.
Right.
So came where it was a little bit different
Mm-hmm.
as time went on, but it was good. Uh, uh,
It's awesome. It's awesome. So, all right. So you did the insurance thing. And after that, what happened? What was after that?
well, and then after that, I had a little nephew. I
Mm-hmm.
called my nephew, little cousin, Casey Rivers.
Okay.
Byron Jenkins' little nephew.
Mm-hmm.
He was on, and every day I came home from doing insurance, he was out in the street just dribbling,
Mm-hmm.
just shooting.
Mm-hmm.
I said, man, you know what? That little kid got some skills.
Right.
And we worked, and so after that, I went down to Nelma Journey, where I
Mhm.
grew up.
Okay.
I was actually the recreation center. I was the first one to actually shoot a basket on both goals when they first opened back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Went down there, talked to Bob Gretchen. I said, is any way possible that we can start a league for like 4, 5, and 6 year olds.
Mm-hmm.
Because my mind thought at that particular time was that I seen the other race start their kids young.
Yeah.
The golf, the tennis,
Yes.
and how they grew up and
Mm-hmm.
how they gravitate and how they're, as long as you're doing something, you're going to get better.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, you know what? Let me start this 4, 5, and 6 year old league
Mm-hmm.
and see if I can do something different for
Mhm.
these kids. Because at the end of the day, they got the hunger. They see it on TV. They want to get better. So in my mind, I was like, you know what? Let me start something.
Right.
And at that particular time, that's when the Hornets came.
Okay.
So I came good friends with with Dale
Mm-hmm.
and Muggs.
Mm-hmm.
And so with that said, I started the little league.
Nice.
And Stephen and KC was the main reason I started the league
Okay.
and to build around them. So by the time we actually got to 7 and 8,
Mm-hmm.
me starting my little group at 4, 5, and 6,
Okay.
we coming there dribbling,
Right.
passing, and everything. The
Right.
7 and 8, they still bouncing, picking up from there. So we came in there with a whole different mindset
Mm-hmm.
of where we was because for what we did those years prior to being 7 and 8
Mm-hmm.
was that much better.
Can you explain to people that don't know how? Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm a Knicks fan, of course, and we're probably coming out of the East this year. I don't know, you know, we're coming out of the East this year. We are.
Yeah.
Mark, we're coming out of the East this year. We're gonna claim it. We gotta be faith, right?
You can come out of these. I don't know where you're going.
So, but what was it like? Because I'm a closet Hornet fan. I had seen tickets for 10 years, but when I was a kid in New York City, I always loved the Hornets. I mean, I loved Larry Johnson. He was one of my favorite players. I had both Tarmacs and Reacts in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Muggsy. I remember Rex Chapman,
Right.
Muggsy Bogues, David Wingate, and Kendall Gill. They called
I'm
Kendall
the
Gill
Hornet.
Baby Jordan
Right.
at that time. I remember he was a slam dunk contest. What was it like going to the Hive back then in
Ooh,
Charlotte?
boy, the high was hype. I'm talking about every game sold
Mm-hmm.
out. Just the atmosphere in general.
Mm-hmm.
Seat to seat, row to row, elbow
Mm-hmm.
to elbow. It's just tight up in there.
Mm-hmm.
But what it did for the city
Mm-hmm.
was put us on the map,
Mhm.
sports-wise,
Yeah.
because there wasn't another team, organization, or arena that sold out that many games in a row.
Wow.
So yeah, it was great. The whole atmosphere.
And it was off Tyvola, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
Tavola.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow.
I don't think we should have moved it from Tavola
Mm.
because at the end of the day, it had its own,
Yeah.
you know. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It was a wedding. I think it's a wedding event planning place there. I think it's a wedding thing or whatever. I used to
yeah,
work
go
on.
down,
Yeah.
build up,
Yeah.
retold, yeah.
So, so you being making a relationship with Dell, you was able to work with Seth. What was it like working with Seth as a little kid?
It was great. He had the attitude, he had the charisma to be. Not necessarily when you look at him,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know he's gonna be a great shooter,
Mm-hmm.
but he's a good player.
He was a good player.
I used to see him hit one, he hit two,
Mm-hmm.
build, he hit three, he'd go back and shake.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So and just to see where he was then and where he at now, it's amazing.
Awesome.
To say I was the first coach
Mm-hmm.
to be probably the best shooter ever shot the ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
Because his dad was a hell of a 3-point shooter
yeah,
too.
yeah.
His dad could shoot lights out too. Yeah.
Hereditary
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
It runs in the family
Yeah.
for sure.
Definitely.
But yeah, actually, even with that said, we're looking at someone's actually reached out to me about doing a book
Mm-hmm.
about just the experience of just being both of those kids coaches as well as other kids. But yeah, it's a blessing. Just to
It
be a
definitely
part.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely is. Yeah. Yeah. So, and shout out to Seth and Stefan. I mean,
Oh, yeah. Good
both
shout
of
out.
them. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah. Shout out.
For sure.
So you started this. You started mentoring at that. Now, where did it go after that? Because you had just a few young kids, and then how did it metastasize? And
What happened? I think with what we did, starting them earlier,
mm-hmm.
and and how we build,
Mm-hmm.
because what we did, we started them at 4, 5, and 6,
Mm-hmm.
and then we did a 7, 8, then
Okay.
we did 9, 10, then we
Okay.
did 11, 12,
Mm-hmm.
then we did a 13, 14.
Mm-hmm.
So we build them. It was a program,
Right.
and you could get to that next level by staying within the program.
Mm-hmm.
And once we did that, through Park and Rec,
Mm-hmm.
what happened, I won, my teams won
Mm-hmm.
7, 8,
Mm-hmm.
9, 10,
Right.
11 and 12,
Right.
13, 14.
Right.
We won everything. We won everything. So that's when they put in a Malcolm Sanders rule.
Okay. So there's an actual real Malcolm Sanders rule.
Yeah,
What's
Malcolm
that?
Sanders rule. Malcolm Sanders rule where now you had to pick, you couldn't keep your teams together.
Okay.
They got to go into a draft, a pick, and all that. So with that said, that's when we said, you know what, two, that's when AAU had just started.
Mm-hmm.
AAU started at 10, 11.
Mm-hmm.
We started 9-year AAU. And the first year we went to state. We won the state, and we also was in the national championship game.
Nice.
Just because the way that those kids were, the way we planned and the way we practiced and the way we had a feeder program,
Mm-hmm.
was able to do the things we did then.
Now you've been doing this for a long time. How would you feel? What's your um opinion about how I guess how it's different now with like AAU and everything, and how the culture is with that?
I think too, this is me personally,
Mm.
I think a lot of organizations are driven by money.
Mm.
And not necessarily all of them, but a lot of them are.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, with the Stars, we just kind of gravitated and bring back a couple of teams because what we wanted to see was something that we did back then.
Mm-hmm.
You pay as you go.
Mm-hmm.
You pay for what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily you pay a fee to be a part of it,
Mm-hmm.
but you pay a fee to play in the things that you do.
Gotcha.
And I think we done lost that.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of way we done lost that where
Mm-hmm.
it's all about the money per se.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, don't get me wrong, everybody's out there to make a hustle per se,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, a lot of these families and kids really can't afford to pay the money they actually ask for.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. And then too, back then, what we did and how we was able to fund a lot of our kids, we threw parties. And
Mm-hmm.
my brother, Buck
Mm-hmm.
Long,
Okay.
we threw some of the hypest parties here in Charlotte.
No, no, no,
And
no, 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 no. Hold up. Now, I have my little hand in the party thing. Now, you have to let them know what you did because like when I got to Charlotte, I heard about Buck Long. I heard about a lot of what what were y'all doing? Because like who were you? Like
ooh.
yeah, you got to give me that now. Don't shortcut me on that, please.
Well,
Now.
the Buck Long days, I saying was ain't no party like a Buck Long party because a Buck Long party don't stop.
Ah.
That was it. And with that said, we do some of the major parties with some of the biggest stars,
Mm-hmm.
basketball stars, stars in general.
Let's throw some names out
Uh,
there. Come on.
Take for instance, we did one with Magic. No, well, we did one with Magic, but we did one with Larry Johnson that would probably I talk about because that was an amazing party.
Right, right.
I think it was 2000, whatever year he was here.
Mm-hmm.
We dropped $2,100 and something dollars
Mm-hmm.
from the ceiling.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
with that said, we dropped it.
Yeah.
And we did fake money in the balloons, right?
Right.
But we did that for a purpose.
Right, right.
So we dropped it. They busted the balloon, whatever was in there,
Mhm.
that's what they got.
Nice.
So, like I said, we had $100 bill with my face on it.
Nice.
We had $50 bill with Larry on it. Then we had one with Muggsy on it. We had one with Dale on it. So whatever they had,
Mm-hmm.
they was able to go to the table and cash it in.
Nice.
So to make it safe where you don't tear up the money, we
Yeah.
did that particular way.
Nice.
That was probably one of the hypest parties that we had. Then we did some all-star parties.
Mhm.
We did when the all-star team was here.
Mm-hmm.
You had Michael Jordan come through.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've been there with Magic Johnson.
Mhm.
Pretty much all the NBA players
Mhm.
kind of gravitated, did some things with. So
Right.
those kind of helped feed and sponsor a lot of our kids back then.
That's what's
So we always try to do something to offset the price and everything.
Yeah. That's
But yeah.
awesome.
So at that particular time back then, probably one of the two major promoters in Charlotte.
Yeah.
And we probably was two top. That was myself and my brother and Adolf.
Adolf. Okay.
LA Inc.
Yeah.
Those were the only two major
Yeah.
back then. Got a couple that came along a little later, but at the beginning, those are the two.
What was
Yeah,
it like?
so-
What was it like back then? Besides the balloons and, like, cause you mentioned you Adolf. You guys are legends.
Yeah.
What was it? What was it like back
It
then?
was like a lot of people don't know. Buck was acronym.
Mm-hmm.
Buck stuff with Blacks United Conveying Knowledge.
Mm.
And long was short for longevity.
Love it.
So it was happening. Then with that said, I created a character, a
Mm-hmm.
Buck Long character, designed after myself and my brother.
Okay.
It was Buck Long. We put him on shirts. We was on shirts with Bart Simpson. We was on shirts with all the Hornets.
Mm-hmm.
So back then, every shirt we was kind of on, and we sold and shirts. It was funny. We'd go around, you see a shirt, Buck Long shirt. That's me. That's me. I'm in the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people at that particular time called myself Buck, but
Mm-hmm.
then my real name was Malcolm. Cause what I did, I built Buck.
Okay.
So when I did the party, you hear Larry, you hear Alonzo, you hear Muggsy, you hear Dale, you hear Buck Long.
Gotcha.
So every time I did it, I made him bigger than life.
Gotcha.
It was like, this Buck Long character, it's the Buck Long character.
Right.
It got to be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he's up there with the big stars, so this and that. So I used their names to raise my stardom, per
Nice.
se. And like I said, a lot of people didn't know who Buck Long was.
Right.
It was his name. They heard it on the radio. So once it got to the level that I didn't have to necessarily say Muggsy, Dale, and this and that. I just say Buck Long. Ain't no part like Buck Long.
Wow.
So it became a myth. And then all of a sudden, people just started calling me Buck. And this and that. So a lot of people don't even know my real name, Buck Long.
What? So throwing your events, and I want to touch this a little bit because what was it like? What was your angle on promoting? How did you promote it? Like I know you mentioned radio earlier.
Yeah,
but
radio.
like,
we all the personalities wanted to host that party.
Gotcha.
So it was kind of easy, and we spent X amount of dollars on the radio. But yeah, Power 98 was probably the biggest station back then. So
shout out to Power 98.
We definitely did a lot of stuff there. We used Easy Ice was one of our DJs.
Okay.
DJ Black Man was one of our DJs. I brought him in from Appalachian.
Okay.
You got Nate Quick that hosted a lot of parties.
Okay.
Rest in peace. We had Skip Murphy. We had all the old schools. Every person or personalities on the radio we pretty much used.
Nice.
And we did some of the major parts, like when New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
New Year's Eve, I probably had some of the biggest parties. I had a line. I had a $25 line. I had a $50 line. I had a $100 line.
Right.
You know the line right there, $100 line. We moving them on in.
Yeah.
We getting them on in.
Right.
That line stayed around 25. Put one or two. You know how that goes. $50.
Right.
So, but yeah, we try to get everybody. But yeah, but back in the day. Yeah, it was
that's awesome. I remember we were talking about it earlier. So I remember one time I tell you guys when I had the cigar bar open, Secret Society, I did a Wednesday night, and and Herb came in, and he had an event in the cigar lounge, and you were involved. I think you just had your golf tournament,
right?
And you brought Ron Harper in there, Larry Johnson, Muggsy Bogues, Vernon Maxwell.
Yeah.
First met Vernon Maxwell because of you. And I think that was it. It was
a couple of them.
It was more. It was more than that too.
Yeah.
But it was a great night. And everybody had a good time. But you guys had just come from a golf tournament.
Right.
What was that about?
Well, I do a golf tournament every year
Mm-hmm.
to kind of offset. Like my son and daughter said earlier, we do 10 camps. I mean, 10 weeks of camp right down at the Curry Court.
Mm-hmm.
And what we try to do is offset the price, which we pretty much slice in half, as well as do X amount of scholarships.
Gotcha.
We got a lot of kids that can't afford it, but we try to make it affordable for kids to come as well. We try to bless them with scholarships too.
Awesome. So
at the end of the day, there's a place during the summer where you can just come out, have fun, learn the game of basketball, learn the game of life, and be under the roof that's safe.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's all we want.
Let's get into that because me being an inner city kid, it's important to have for kids who are outside to have a safe place to go.
Right.
What does that mean to you, and what do you feel that means to the children that come here?
To me, I feel blessed to be able to do it. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people can't do it. For what we charge and what we give them and what we try to do to make sure they can see and believe, at the end of the day, they can do whatever they want to do. Be a part of something that definitely can help you out in the long run. Because we get kids all, man. all walks of life,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't see the growth from so many to say, you know what, they're gonna make it.
Yeah.
And two, we have a lot that started when we was young,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're doing well.
Yeah.
We had our first person this year that actually started with the Who Got Game camp.
Mm-hmm.
That's graduated. Then we kind of blessed him by he had a list of things that he needed for camp.
Mm-hmm.
I mean for school, and
Mm-hmm.
we kind of told pick out what you need, and we'll make sure you get it.
Awesome.
So that so with camps, I've been doing for a long time, but now with my kids involved,
Mm-hmm.
just to see them to give back
Yeah.
and follow in the footsteps of giving
Mm-hmm.
and blessing and being there and being attentive to these kids, trying
Yeah.
to lead them in the right direction. That's a blessing.
It is.
It
It
is.
is. Definitely.
So that's it.
Yeah. No, so you have some T-shirts in back that you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you got here? Because I see
T-shirts.
something.
Well,
No, no,
I
you,
tell
know,
you
you
what.
ain't getting this one back. I'll pay for
Nah.
it, but you ain't getting this one back. I'm telling you.
At the end of the day, what I did, not necessarily bring some T-shirts to give out, but I was like, I didn't know how this interview was gonna go.
Okay.
I
No,
said,
no.
you know what? I throw a couple T-shirts. We'll bring them out. We'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about it.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. What this one say? What it say?
Back to basics. Coach, old school legend. Respect the names. BBT 704.
Yeah. So this T-shirt here,
Uh huh.
like I said, it's for like all the old schools,
Okay.
OGs. You
Oh,
know what I'm
geez.
saying?
Okay.
When if you're on this shirt and you can be called these names right
Yeah.
here, you done did something
Now
in the
who are,
game.
now who are some of the OGs that you've seen in Charlotte that are like, because like every city has some great players that have come out of it and that have a name.
Man, so many. I mean, you
Give me
got
give me a, give off
you
this is
get
off your.
you got a Charlie Hoop.
Okay.
He went to Miles Park,
Hmm.
but he was a legend.
Okay.
He the things he did on the
Okay.
basketball court. You got Warren Wallace
Okay.
came out of the Grill Town over here.
Okay.
Went to Clemson. He's a great player. You got Walter Davis.
Okay.
He's from here. Went to
Okay.
Carolina,
Hmm.
played in professional. You got Bobby Jones.
Mm.
You got quite a few that done came from here. You got say Morrow. And
Morrow.
Morrow.
No, we got to talk. Yeah.
Yeah,
We got
That's
Morrow.
my boy. The funny thing about Morrow, he's a cat that I try to get. He played a little bit
Mm.
with me here and there, but AU wise, he did
Hmm.
play. And I always say, Morrow, you need to come. Either join us
Hmm.
or we're gonna beat you.
Right.
At the end of the day, they had to beat him because
Right.
he never want to join us.
Right.
But he's a good kid. I kind of my first year, I did my camp back then when he was at that age.
Hmm.
He worked my camp,
Right.
and working my camp, I was like, Morrow, you can't shoot all day. There's
Morrow
kids
was
over
he,
here.
so he was just she was just
I paid him just to shoot. From the time he got in there to the time he left, he was just
he
shooting.
was popping off.
So yeah, I always tell him, funny. I say, man, at the end of the day, before you went off to school that year, you worked camp.
Right.
I paid you money for that whole week or so just to shoot,
Wow.
and that's all he did. So,
And we gotta talk about this, man. We gotta talk about
yeah.
that.
So, and then you had a Casey Rivers, and not necessarily old school, but he made a nice niche across seas.
Okay.
Probably one of the best point shooters too.
Wow. Okay.
Like I said, that's a little kid. I said back then when I came home, seeing him and making sure that he was able to get to the gym and play. It, yeah.
Nice.
But you got, and then Jerome Marvin, he went to South Mockingbird. He was a good player. Jump up out of the gym. You got Haywood Workman. He's from his area.
Haywood Workman. Yep.
Yep.
I'm familiar with him.
He did, and what he did, he went from NBA, became a ref, and he actually got a big event coming up too, down there in Florida. But you got so many people. It's it's just a lot.
It's a lot. I just wanted to give an ode to the OGs because pull the shirt out.
Yeah.
What else?
Let's see what we got.
What other goodies you got in there? Talk to me nice.
This right here. Mecklenburg County Park and Rec.
Okay.
I did 30 years there.
Oh wow. Okay.
And that's where I retired from.
Oh nice. Okay.
So even with Park and Rec, I did a lot of programs just for the kids to make
Mhm.
sure that they was able to be. So I did 30 years of park and rec, retired,
Mhm.
and that's why I kind of do the things I do down here.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
Let's see what we got. This is what's the
Buck long. It was Buck long.
buck
Buck
long. Ain't
long.
no party like a buck long party. 'Cause buck long party don't stop. That's
I love
it.
it. I
That
love
was
it. I
it.
love it. That was the
Yeah,
one. That was
that
the
was the
one.
one. They we here. Like I said, City Fair.
Okay.
We used to do a lot of parties, and then at the convention center.
Okay.
But City Fair was the place to be. It was a place that was right downtown.
Mhm.
It was actually all stores down there,
Okay.
and it was 2 levels.
What street was that on? City.
That's right on. It's the same block that the college. I mean, the arena's on.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Not Trade, but
Yeah.
one over.
Yeah.
It was right in that corner.
Okay.
But it was a mall.
Okay.
So I had to go in there, negotiate, shutting it
Mhm.
down, and actually doing it because there was stores in there.
Right.
And you talking about packed
Yeah. It was crazy.
the whole mall, and then you had the mall, and then you had upstairs.
Right. Right. Right.
So packed.
Right.
It's some parts they packed, but one part is like that. We talking about from wall to wall, and then with that said, all the Hornets
Mhm.
they came.
Were you ever involved in CIAA or?
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
double A. I did a couple parties
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But even the CIAA parties weren't as packed as the parties I did back then.
Got you. Got you.
But CIAA was a whole different animal.
Whole different
within
ball
itself.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I can imagine.
Let's see what we got. Charlotte Stars.
Charlotte Stars. Now, what's that about?
Charlotte Stars. That's first time. That's the AAU team that we
Okay.
did.
Okay.
Me and Dale started. Along
Okay.
with Small Cats. But,
Nice. Who were some of the memorable players on that team?
on this team,
Yeah.
you had that's what Stephen was on that team.
Okay. Steps on it. Okay.
KC
Okay.
was on that team. Shoot, you got D Mac.
D Mac. Okay.
D Mac was on that team.
Mhm.
Shoot, I can't. You know, who else? There was quite a few.
Quite a few. Okay.
Quite a few.
Okay.
Quite a few.
Well, you said some big names right there already. Martin Luther King
Martin Luther
basketball
King.
showcase.
So that's what we got. Hey, we do this going into our 9th year or so.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize they see me in a lot of pictures. I throw the piece,
Mhm.
and the piece really stands for what's at the bottom of this.
Mhm.
Please educate all children equally.
Mhm.
That's my motto.
Please educate all children equally.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So we do this the Saturday Martin Luther King, and what we do, we do about 5-6 games.
Mhm.
We bring the schools in. We don't charge the schools for playing. We actually give them tickets to sell,
Okay.
and they get to keep half the proceeds.
Okay.
So we try to give back, make it affordable. It's a $5 ticket early,
Mhm.
$10 ticket all day.
Okay.
So we just try to, like people come out.
That's what's up.
This one right here.
This
This one of my favorites right here too.
we have gone from picking cotton to picking senators, congressmen, and presidents. I love it.
That's deep. That's deep. That's deep. But you know, at the end, to get to that White House,
Yeah.
and this where we was,
Yeah.
one came a long way.
So what was it
Obama.
like? So what was it like when? Yeah. What was it like? As a question, what was it like when Obama actually won and took office?
Dream come true.
Mm.
Because actually, my son said when he was small, he wanted to become the first black president.
Wow.
Not necessarily became president.
Mhm.
He didn't become president of this, became president of his own
Mhm.
business. But at the end of the day, to have that dream,
Mhm.
fast forward, and to see it,
Mhm.
that's amazing. Because
Yeah,
who
that's
would
beautiful.
say, who would think
Mhm.
to have a black president?
Yeah. Yeah.
But to have one at this time, or have one at that particular time,
Yeah.
and what it stands for is volumes.
It
for
does.
sure.
It does. It does. Yeah. Especially you being from that era and seeing everything
Oh,
that
yeah.
has happened. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's very important. Now,
That's just
what does the BTTB stand for?
back to the basics. Back to the basic academy. And this one right here, I like this one because this is the first year we did it in pink, and that was because of cancer.
Okay, breast cancer
So,
awareness.
breast cancer awareness. So
Mhm.
we did it in pink.
Nice.
So that's always
Nice. There you go.
There you go.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's the who got game figure right there, and that's my brother
That's your brother.
who
So
passed.
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
please expound on that. Yeah.
So that's my brother. We do a golf tournament.
Mhm.
We were doing it for X amount of years, but when he passed 2 years ago, we
Mhm.
kind of named it and did it in honor of him. But that's the golf.
Can you tell? Can you tell the people his name and?
Oh, Jerome
Mhm.
Lambert Sanders.
Mhm.
But yeah, senior.
Okay.
But we all, my mom and my dad. My dad, he worked at Quail Country Club.
Mhm.
So we grew up around golf.
Oh wow. Okay.
I wish I would take a little more serious then than now. But my son can't keep him off the golf course. He sways that.
See, he loves it.
He loves it. And I told him at the end of the day, it's a good sport to love,
Yeah.
but it's an expensive sport to get into, for sure. But he loved it.
Yeah.
I play a little bit. We do a
Mhm.
golf tournament, like I said. I play in a lot of Captain Choices.
Okay.
When Mugsdale and Hornet first got here, I think we played at every golf course it was.
Mhm.
Because when the Hornet first got here, the city kind of opened up. Wherever we went,
Right. Right.
everything was free.
Wow.
And to play golf,
Mhm.
we went to this golf course and was able to play. So
Nice.
but, yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I think I think, and I'll say it too. Like I feel like Tiger Woods opened up a lot
Oh.
for us to get into golfing. I love golfing. Me, I'm not. I've gotten better over the years. I'm a pretty decent golfer, but what I love about it is just to me, it's the scenery in the morning, just seeing the, getting on the course and seeing the grass, the lawn, the greens, and as you get older into the game, you start being able to read the greens and things like that, and you learn the nuances of the game, and it's a very peaceful game. It's a very skillful game, and people don't think, playing 18 rounds, your obliques are gonna hurt. It's physical. You know what I mean? If you're really into it. So but I'm happy to see, because your son was here earlier talking about how he loves the game. It's good to see a lot of us playing now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Actually, it was the first year. I actually did a golf tournament for homecoming this past weekend.
Okay.
It went real well.
Okay.
Yeah. The game of golf is definitely something
Yes.
that kind of peaceful
Yes.
mindset.
Yes.
Just to be out there, because at the end of the day, it's you and that white ball.
That's all it is.
And that white ball can beat you and beat you to death.
Well, I started off with the yellow balls because I had to find mine in the
in the dark.
Find mine in the rough.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh,
we know what that is now.
Appalachian State.
Appalachian State University, 30 years on the road. So,
Yeah, so
let's talk about that now.
Yeah. So with Kappa
Mm-hmm.
up there in Boone,
Mm-hmm.
we were the first child line. I was on the first child line.
Oh wow. Okay.
So with becoming the first child line, we had to bring all the Greeks in
Okay.
and kind of interviews, see
Mhm.
what they were going to bring to the table.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a man service club.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, we kind of talked and figured out which one we were going to bring first.
Right.
My minister, Reverend Bhutan,
Mm-hmm.
rest in peace. That kind of cool. Wasn't number one way for me. One way. Don't get me wrong, I had a couple cues.
Right.
There were my boys up there.
Yeah.
They came up later. But then there was Cap. Fall 83.
Mhm.
It was a blessing. With that said, to be and it when you're always the first,
Mm-hmm.
it's always something special.
Gotcha.
Because every year at the end of the day, that's old school.
Mhm.
That fall 83.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got plots up there.
Mm-hmm.
So on the plots, our name
Mm-hmm.
is ingrained.
Wow.
So for years to come,
You're gonna be there.
I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
In brick and mortar,
You're gonna be there.
I'm there. So that's special. And every homecoming, my homecoming, I go back every year.
Mm-hmm.
And probably miss 1, 2 at the most.
Mm-hmm.
And we just go up there and have fun. It's
Mhm.
the best kept secret
Mm-hmm.
is our homecoming.
That's what's
So
up.
we get a log cabin,
Mm-hmm.
and the brothers come up there and we just party and have fun. But yeah.
So you said fall 83.
Huh?
Fall 83.
Fall 83.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's a blessing to always be in the bond. And being, what was it like being a Kappa in Appalachian State at that
Oh,
time?
man. Being the man. At the end of the day. Lorraine, that girl came. Oh man, you look at it, yeah, yeah. You see? Yes, today I died. I said, find that. Shut up. Tell you why. Too cool to die. Too smooth to die. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, yeah. Boone was good.
Yeah,
In the hills, full of thrills.
that's awesome.
But yeah, being a cowboy up there was good. I
Hmm.
could say we had a little chant. Made my home, don't need to roam.
Right.
Boone is where I live. I say peace and love and harmony is all I have to give. I'm loved by the devil.
Right.
Chased by the
Uh
AKA.
huh.
With a guy down with Q's up. Couldn't chase the fleet away. I'm a captain. And yeah, it was all fun. That's all good. Good times. For
I
sure.
want to before we get out of here. I want to touch on the pro am.
Yeah.
The pro am is something that is huge right now. It's growing. I see you bring a lot of NBA players in too every year to participate. How'd that get started, and what does that mean to you?
Oh, man, Pro-Am. I'm going to tell you, the Pro-Am been existed for a long time. I
Hmm.
kind of been a part of it, some kind of way, fashion, and form since
Hmm.
it started. Bill Shelton,
Hmm.
he was the first person that actually did the program.
Okay.
And that's back there when Muggsy, Dale, the Hornets, they all played.
Wow.
And it was easy to get them to play.
Hmm.
And then you had a David Lawrence from Appalachian. Dave up at Appalachian, he was doing Michael Jordan before Michael Jordan was doing Michael Jordan. But we had those type players that played back then.
Hmm.
It was free.
Hmm.
And what it did was actually gave kids that couldn't go to the arena
Gotcha.
to see a pro play,
Right.
to interact with a pro.
Right.
So, and it to be free.
Right.
And it was so Queens.
Hmm.
It was called a hot box,
Hmm.
packed
Hmm.
every week. But yeah, just
And
Saturday
this,
and
this was a
Jenkins,
spot called Queens.
Queens University.
Queens University. Okay.
Right,
Okay.
Queens
So,
University.
yeah, let's let you.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay.
But yeah, so with that, it started there.
Hmm.
You got several people that took it from over at different times due to the fact that I guess the people that was actually running at that time kind of fizzled out
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
didn't want to do it.
Hmm.
So I don't want to get it wrong,
Hmm.
but I think from there is it Corey Baker and his little crew and CJ and them.
Hmm.
They took it for a while.
Okay.
And then Morrow took it for a while.
Okay. I ain't no Morrow had it for a while.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
well, Morrow is Morrow pro am.
Hmm.
And then you had Brent Bradgett.
Hmm.
He took it for a while.
Hmm.
And then I think after that, I think that's when Alonzo approached me about doing it. And he said, Malcolm, I want to do something. I want to do the pro-am. I want to take it to a different level. I want to do
Alonzo Mourning.
No,
Alonzo
Coleman.
Alonzo Coleman. Let's
Yeah.
make Alonzo Coleman. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So Zoe came to me with that idea. And like I said, each one of those other people, I was kind of involved, but
Mhm.
he wanted to kind of do it. And he's like, I'd like to do it at the Curry Court.
Got you.
Can we sit down and talk about it? I said, I'm good with that. He
Hmm.
said, I got an idea. This is what I want to run. This is what I want to do. Can we do it?
Hmm.
I said, yeah. At the end of the day. But let's go back a little bit.
Mhm.
All those years before,
Hmm.
it was easier
Okay.
to get the pros to play in it.
It was easier. Okay.
It was easier
Mhm.
then. Now it's kind of hard because the pros got so many things that they got going on during the
Mhm.
summer.
Yeah.
To get one or two of them is a blessing. Just to get
Yeah.
them
Just to
in
get them
there.
out.
But
Who have you had? I know you had. Who you had this year? You had
yeah, your boy Nick, is it Smith?
Nick Smith. Okay. Okay.
Uh,
And then last year you had what's his Montrezl Harrell was playing. Yeah.
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 But we had quite a few. Like I said, they come in.
Mhm.
I think this upcoming year we're probably gonna have a lot more.
Okay.
I just think at the end of the day we just gotta figure out how to get them in, and it's timing.
Yeah.
And I don't think they mind playing, but a lot of the pros play so heavy during the summer. I mean, during the year.
They just want to
and
relax
they
their bodies.
want to relax their body.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the committee they had this past year did a great job.
Okay.
They did a great job.
Okay. Shout out to the committee for that.
Yeah, they did a
definitely.
great job.
Definitely. I got to ask you, it's like, because one time when I was at my cigar lounge, I had Rakim come in there. And I almost got beat up by one of his older friends. He's like, you can't sit next to, and I was like, well, I want to play. Rakim was like, Rashawn, come sit down, right? It's a funny story, but I had to ask Rakim his top 5 MCs. So I got to ask you because you are the goat.
Nah, my top 5 players,
Your
basketball
top 5
players.
basketball players. Yeah,
Ah,
got to ask you that.
let's say we gotta go. At the end of the day,
Hmm.
Mike gonna be the all-time greatest.
Okay.
That's just me. I
Hmm.
mean, gotta go
Uh
with
huh.
Magic.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm gonna tell you a funny story about Magic.
Tell me about Magic.
So I'm getting ready to throw a party that week, and
Hmm.
I'm just a Magic fan,
Hmm.
right? I'm Magic all down. That's
Okay.
my boy.
All
You
right.
know what I'm saying? Never man.
Right.
Uh, found out he was at the hotel, and what can't think the name of can't think the name of the hotel,
Hmm.
but so somebody gave me the number. So I called the hotel. I said, "Can I have Magic Johnson room?"
Hmm.
They transferred me to Magic Johnson. Right. Magic Johnson. Man, what's up? Hello. I said,
Froze up.
froze. I said, Magic this mouth. I had like, what the hell is that?
Right.
After that, man, it was just so funny. I froze. I
Right.
didn't know what to say.
Right.
Cause at the end of the day, you know how you meet your star.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. He
That's
laughed at me
awesome.
for a day. So that's Mike.
Hmm.
That's Magic.
Right.
Got to go with Kobe.
Kobe. Kobe. Black Mamba.
Black Mama. Even the first time I met him, I had my son and my daughter.
Okay.
Took pictures. We was out at the Hive.
Okay.
Cause at the Hive, I was able to go through the back with all the players.
Okay.
Cause I had established that status to
Hmm.
go through the back and everything,
No doubt.
locker rooms and all that. So
Hmm.
met him. Then after that, let's see.
You got 2 more.
I got 2 more. Um, I'm a Cap fan too. I'm Kareem.
Kareem.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta
Blue
go.
Alcindor.
I gotta go. Yep.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Okay.
And then after that, I'm gonna have to go with my boy.
Who that?
The best shooter ever shot the ball.
Who that?
Best shooter ever shot the ball.
Steph Curry.
I gotta do. That's my top 5 for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
But
Yeah. You know, like
who's your top 5?
who's my top?
Yeah.
That's about you.
Yeah, but me. Hey.
So I tell you. I'm a Knicks fan, and the Knicks were up 2-0, and we were supposed to beat the Bulls that year. Starks had just dunked on George. They say George wasn't
Baseline.
in the way. The baseline dunk. We were
Oh
up.
yeah.
That was the hype of my
That was hype,
childhood.
man.
And then the next 4 games, Mike just scored. I think he scored 40, 40, 50. And Phil Jackson made the bold statement saying we'll win the next 2, come back to Chicago, go up 3, and then we'll close them out. And they won. They beat us 4-2.
Mm.
Never seen a player like Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I don't care whatever. And I hate saying that because I'm a Knick fan, but he ruined my childhood. But like just to I just to watch him. I remember when I was a kid watching him finally get past the Lakers. And he did that move. He didn't even have to do that move where he's going to dunk and bring it under. He just did it just to look good. I mean, it's just Mike. And Mike hit every last minute shot. I mean, whenever the game was on the line, there was no worrying about anybody else. He just took over. So I just, Mike is number 1. Um, Number 2, I would say probably Magic Johnson. Magic. I feel Magic played all 5 positions.
All 5.
All 5. So you
Definitely,
couldn't
yeah.
to do that. He's a point guard, center, forward, and he made great players better
Right.
as a rookie. That is just totally unheard of. And plus his game, like back then when they played in the 80s, the game was just so sweet. The way they just moved and the way they maneuvered, and it was poetry.
Poetry. Yeah.
It was poetry. Third, my third best player, I would say, it's a good question. Probably Allen Iverson.
I like that.
To me, AI, I'm showing my age, right? But AI was just relentless. I feel AI was 6'7", we'd all be in trouble.
Mhm.
Athleticism, way he could handle the ball, his free throw. I mean his crossover. He was so quick, but a lot of people know he was actually a legend in two sports because he played football as well.
Yeah, I heard.
Out of Hampton. So I love AI. I think AI was just an anomaly. Next, I'm gonna go old school on you. Earl Pearl Monroe.
Earl Pearl.
Earl Pearl. Yeah.
Yeah,
Earl Pearl was
yeah,
just
yeah.
he was sweet, and he didn't. A lot of people see him when he was older, but when he was younger. To see him play, if you know his game, big fan of Earl the Pearl. Uh, I'm gonna give you my fifth, and this is my personal favorite. And you talk about shooters with Steph. I love Steph. I think, of course, Steph is gonna be higher than him, but just my personal favorite. Uh, my personal favorite, Mahmoud Abdul-Rahi, Chris
Ah man,
Jackson.
yeah, Chris.
Chris Jackson.
Yeah,
I
Chris.
had his jersey as a kid.
Chris definitely was
Yeah,
that man.
I love Chris. A lot of people don't know he was in a slam dunk contest. He didn't win, but that's how talented he was.
He was bouncing
He
the
was
ball.
yeah, he's
Trying
bounce
to,
yeah, he's bouncing the ball trying. Remember?
yeah,
Remember?
I used to do that.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's my personal favorite. I just love watching Chris Jackson play. But I like with me, I just like players who were smooth on the court. You could watch them; it was like poetry. That's how my
Right.
dad. I just like that. Like I don't. Oh, the roughness is cool. I like dunking and all that stuff. But like when I could watch him, be like that's a bam. That's a
I'm gonna tell
bam.
you, it was smooth though.
Cool.
Dr. J.
Oh yeah, of course, of course. You know what? I
Dr.
gotta
J.
say that. I got
Dr. J from
yes,
this.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah. And
Dr. J.
and I gotta say, actually, Dr. J came to my lounge. Now I can tell you that story. During All Star Weekend, I was supposed to go with my cousin to go see J. Cole because we had just left the All Star game. I sold my tickets, but he got me a suite ticket because he works for Diageo. So he got me in there. I was actually in there with the what's it was Carucci. She was in my suite and I was chilling, having a good time. And I met Charles Oakley that night too.
Oh, my boy.
Yeah, I met Oak outside. So then, and I saw David Robinson. So David Robinson there. So we left, and I got a call from the cigar lounge. It was like Dr. J just walking. I told my cousin, I was like, I gotta go. I gotta go see a doc.
Yeah.
So
I went. Doc is one of my boys.
hmm
Arthur Wilder is his son-in-law.
hmm
Well, this Arthur had a party down there. And Doc was at the party. Me and Doc
Yeah,
just hanging
yeah,
out. But he's cool people.
yeah.
He's down
Doc
to
is
earth.
cool as hell.
Yeah,
Doc is cool as hell.
yeah, he's cool people.
When I walked in, man, I saw him and I introduced myself to him. And so I was gonna leave, and I stayed there for probably about another hour. He came up to me, he's like, "I thought you was gonna leave." I was like, "Man, you in the building, man. I can't leave the doc, man."
So him in the gym, the big three,
hmm
when they come in town,
hmm
kind of host them here. So Doc brings the big threes, coaches on the team. So yeah, he's
Yeah,
good people.
and by all means, I mean Dr. J is definitely top five. But
Yeah,
that's just my personal top
right.
five. But like,
Mine's
no,
too,
Doc, yeah,
cause at the end of the day,
yeah,
too, you got
a lot of
even
players.
LeBron.
LeBron. Oh no,
You gotta say
LeBron. Yeah,
Bron.
no, no,
You
no,
know
no,
what I'm
LeBron.
saying?
Yeah, no, LeBron.
Bron,
No,
somebody. But I'm just talking about personally.
yeah,
People I kind of gravitate
yeah,
to. But at the end of the
yeah,
day, LeBron's gonna always be that fifth, sixth,
yes,
seventh
yes.
person. And then two, if you go old school for me,
hmm
since you went old school, I was a Bobby McAdoo fan.
Okay,
You know
Bob
what I'm saying?
McAdoo. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Bob
what's up.
McAdoo, yeah, that was my boy. Yeah, that was my boy, Bobby
my
McAdoo.
my
Yeah.
dad my dad always talks about Earl Pearl, and he also talks about Nate Archibald. So he loved Nate Archibald. My dad's a big Nate Archibald fan. So I love
I
basketball.
love basketball.
This
Jones
thing right
Jersey.
here, what does it mean to you? What does that mean to you?
Man, I'm gonna tell you what. If this thing done did so much for me throughout my business.
hmm
Even with the Who Got Game, Back
hmm
to the Basics, Park and Rec,
hmm
the Hornets, my coming up
hmm
at Randolph Junior High, East Mecklenburg,
hmm
just a wall, just round ball.
hmm
It's like, hey, it's the world.
hmm
It's like the world in your hand. Been part of the world,
Love it.
all around. What
Nice.
you can do with it, all kinds of things. Definitely a part of life.
Mm.
And at the end of the day, the motto for like Who Got Game, get better every day. And all way you get better is through practice.
Love it. Love it. I want to tell you, from me to you, I want to tell you, and I'm speaking for myself, but I know I'm speaking for Charlotte as well. I want to thank you so much for, first of all, the interview, but I want to thank you for what you do to the community, for the community, and to the community. Um, you are definitely a king among kings and a great person. And I know you're a very humble person. You do what you do out of your love and out of your spirit. But definitely want to give you your flowers, brother Malcolm. And you know, your legacy is already sowed and is there. I remember when I wanted to do this interview a long time ago. You gravitated. You told Sean, let's get it done. You know, whenever opened up the gym for us and everything. This interview was supposed to be done a long time ago. Um, but timing is everything. I want to tell you from me to you as a friend, as a brother, as a Capper brother, you are a mentor to me. You are an example to me of how a man needs to be and move forward in life. And I mean that from my heart. And I want to thank you so much for blessing me to be able to interview you, but also for things that you're doing and what you're going to be doing in the future.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, brother.